Gentlemen, good morning. It's my distinct honor on behalf of the Hong Kong Productivity Council to welcome every one of you to the Cybersecurity Summit 2025. At the start of the year, rising risk from third parties has been identified as one of the top 5 information security risks. We live in an era where seeing is no longer believing. Recently, we watched as hackers accessed a major airline data through a third-party call center, a call that investigators believe using an AI-generated deepfake voice to trick one employee. One voice, one employee, 6 million records. And this is not one of the theories. It's a pattern. Deepfake are not impersonating government officials, not only impersonated government officials, corporate leaders in video meetings. The battlefield has changed, and the stakes cannot be higher. In fact, they align with the trend observed by the Hong Kong CERT. From January to September in 2025, our team at the Hong Kong Computer Emergency Response Team, which I call the HK CERT, handled over 11,981 security incidents, Bush making up more than half of those cases. Those are 55% increase from last year. The threat level isn't just rising, it's exploring. And the reason? Artificial intelligence. AI flips the game. Attackers now have weapons of immense speed, scale, and this is no longer a war of people versus people. It's now a war of AI fighting against AI. This is exactly what the theme of this year's summit is so critical. Future-proofing digital infrastructure, harnessing AI for enhanced security and resilience. Furthermore, one country forward-looking development blueprints, or the 5th five-year plan, underscore the imperative to build a modernized industrial system and strengthen the digital economy foundations. It's called for advancing the cybersecurity governance and enhancing the security, resilience, and sustainability of the critical infrastructure. This vision aligns perfectly with our theme today. To future-proof our digital infrastructure, making it not only intelligent and integrated, but also fundamentally secure and resilient. But let me be clear, technology alone is not the silver bullet. To win this cyber war, we need a collective effort. It requires all of us, government, industry, academia, and every single one of us to be part of, to play our part. We need to come together to form that I like to call is the Hong Kong team of cybersecurity. Let us return to the airline incident, a chain that is only as strong as its weakest link. Our digital world is that chain. The security of our entire city depends on the vigilance of every single link, from our largest government departments to the smallest SME. The success of our entire digital society depends on each of us. Our government has set a powerful example in defending our most vital assets. The Digital Police Office conducts annual cybersecurity attacks and defense drills to evaluate and strengthen the cybersecurity preparedness of the Hong Kong government's bureaus, departments, and public organizations to simulate cyber attack scenarios, particularly the critical infrastructure, the very backbone of our economy and daily life. But while we fortify our core, we must also empower our peripheral. Our SME, the engine of our economy, often lack of the resources and expertise to defend themselves. They are the link in our chain that needs enforcing. That's why the DPO support Hong Kong CERT has launched the Cybersecurity Service Providers Connect program last month. Think of it as a matchmaker, connecting our local businesses with trust, vendor cybersecurity experts. This October, we will launch a dedicated platform to make finding the right help simple and secure. Through all this, one truth remains. Technology is our tool, but the human element is our ultimate defense. The same human vulnerabilities that a deepfake exploit is also the source of our greatest strength. From every trick that can cause a breach, there is a trained eye that can prevent one. For 22 years, this summit had always been our premier gathering for a reason. It brings us together, the experts, leaders, and policymakers from Hong Kong, the Chinese mainland, and around the world to learn, to network, and to build a united front. I want to extend my deepest thanks to our speakers, sponsors, and partners for making this event possible, and to all of us for being here, investing our time, your time in this critical missions. We hope all have enjoyable and rewarding experience at this year's Cybersecurity Summit, finding it informative, engaging, and thought-provoking. Finally, the 2025 Legislation Council General Elections will be held on December 7th. I encourage all voters to fulfill their civil duties and responsibilities by casting their vote on the polling day for Hong Kong, our home to elect their preferred representative as Legislative Council members to make concerted effort for our good governance, progress, and prosperity of Hong Kong. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you. Would Mr. Yu please remain on stage to host the opening ceremony of the summit? Ensuring the security of digital infrastructures is paramount for maintaining the seamless functioning of society and the everyday lives of individuals. And now, may I invite our officiating guests to join us on stage and host the kick-off ceremony of the Cybersecurity Summit Hong Kong 2025 for us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Zhou Wuhu, Deputy Division Director Level Inspector of the Information Center Liaison Office of the Central People's Government in Hong Kong. 有请周武湖二级巡视员。May I also invite Engineer Tony Wong, Commissioner for Digital Policy Office. Ms. Ada Chung, Privacy Commissioner for Personal Data, Office of the Privacy Commissioner for Personal Data. Mr. Francis Chen, Assistant Director, Critical Infrastructure, Security Bureau. Welcome. Mr. Raymond Lam, Chief Superintendent of Police, Cyber Security and Technology Crime Bureau. And Mr. Del Johnstone, Chairman of Cybersecurity Summit 2025 Organizing Committee. Welcome all our officiating guests. Before the countdown, we will have an action photo. Would our guests please look at the photographer at the center and please put your right hand on the light pillars in front and let's take a photo together. May I invite our guests please put your right hands on the light pillar please. Please face the camera. Let us join hands to make cybersecurity stronger and better for the safety of future generations. Everybody, please be ready. Placing your hands on the light pillars. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Just as the rising sun brightens our world, we are here to shed light on the importance of cybersecurity for digital infrastructure. At this memorable moment with our guests, please take another group photo all together. Please keep your big smile and please face our official photographer. Thank you so much. The summit this year will explore how the integration of AI and state-of-the-art cybersecurity technologies can bolster our digital infrastructure against cyber threats. Would our guests please face our camera at the center point once again? Ready? 3, 2, 1. And now our helpers will distribute the photo props to our guests. Would our guests please hold the beautiful photo props and take another group photo? Thank you so much. So let us support the Legislative Council General Election on 7th of December. Thank you. Please face our photographer once again. It looks good now. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Please keep your bright smile. Thank you so much. All right, to make sure this group photo gonna be perfect, let's take some more photos. It's such an important occasion. Would our guests please remain on stage? Would you please also face our other photographers at the back? 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Thank you. Would our guests please remain on stage? Also, we'll take group photos with the organizing committee members, supporting organizations, and event partners. May I now invite representatives of organizing committee members to join us? Lead organizer Mr. Edmund Lai and engineer Alex Chen of Hong Kong Productivity Council. Vice Chairman Mr. Raymond Chen, Vice Chairman of Cybersecurity Summit 2025 Organizing Committee. Organizers, the Cloud Security Alliance Hong Kong and Macau Chapter, High Technology Cyber Investigation Association, Hong Kong Association for Testing, Inspection and Certification, Hong Kong China Network Security Association, Hong Kong Computer Emergency Response Team or Coordination Center, Hong Kong CERT, Hong Kong Computer Society, Hong Kong Cybersecurity Professional Association, Hong Kong Information Technology Federation, the Hong Kong Security Association, Information Systems Audit and Control Association China Hong Kong Chapter, Internet Society Hong Kong Chapter, and Professional Information Security Association. Let's put our hands together to welcome all our organizing committee members. Welcome. All right, with our guests on the second row, please make sure you can face our camera in the front so that we can see your beautiful smile in the group photo. Thanks a lot. All right, please face our official one at the center point. 3, 2, 1. Thank you once again to our organizing committee members. Would our official guests please remain on stage? Would the organizing committee members please be seated? Thank you. Next, I'm going to invite our VIPs and supporting organizations to join us on stage for another group photo. 下面我们有请中央政府驻港联络办信息中心王忠如副处长，国家互联网应急中心张梦飞工程师，我们掌声恭请两位嘉宾。Supporting organizations, Asia and Pacific Data Protection and AI Association, Asia Martech Society, Association of Certified Fraud Examiners Hong Kong Chapter, Federation of Hong Kong Industries, Hong Kong Applied Science and Technology Research Institute Company Limited, Hong Kong Association of Interactive Marketing, Hong Kong Cyberport Management Company Limited, Hong Kong Data Center Association, Hong Kong Information Technology Joint Council Limited, Hong Kong Programming Society, Hong Kong Xu Yan University Department of Economics and Finance, Hong Kong Society for Quality, Hong Kong Wireless Technology Industry Association, International Information Systems Security Certification Consortium Inc., SME Global Alliance, the Chinese General Chamber of Commerce, the Chinese Manufacturers Association of Hong Kong, the Hong Kong General Chamber of Small and Medium Business, the Hong Kong Institute of Engineers Information Technology Division, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University Department of Computing, the Institution of Engineering and Technology Hong Kong, and the University of Hong Kong School of Computing and Data Science. Let's give a big round of applause to welcome our supporting organizations representatives. Welcome. All right, let's get ready for the next group photo taking. With our guests on the third row, please follow our instruction from our photographer to make sure you can face the camera in the front. Thank you so much. 好，我们有请第二排的嘉宾可以到我们这边来，非常感谢。Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your cooperation. We are going to take a beautiful photo. All right, please face our tallest photographer in the front. 3, 2, 1. Please keep your big smile. Keep facing the cameras in the front to capture this important moment. Thank you once again to our supporting organizations for your great support. Thank you. With the supporting organizations, guests, please return to your seats. Last but not least, I'd like to invite the representatives from our platinum partners, gold partners, and general partners to join us on stage for another group photo. Thank you. Without further ado, may I invite our platinum partners, Huawei, Netmon, Wistlands Group, Cisco, Splunk, Gold Partners, Barracuda Networks, DigiCert, IBM, Palo Alto Networks, Synology, General Partners ACW Distribution, Checkpoint, DYXNet, Fortinet, Nesso Data, Redware, Sunset, and Sophos. Let's put our hands together to welcome all our partners on stage. Thank you for your generous support. With our guests from the second row, one step leftward, please. And also our guests on the third row, please step leftward. All right now? Perfect. All right. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you once again to all our partners for your generous support. Thank you for supporting our Cyber Security Summit Hong Kong 2025. Wonderful! Many thanks to our official guests. You may now return to your seats. Thank you to our guests. Thank you. And also thank you to all our partners. You may also now leave the stage and be seated. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So the Cybersecurity Summit is now officially open. Many thanks again to our official guests, organizing committee members, supporting organizations, as well as our event partners. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We hope you will find the summit both enjoyable and informative. Without further ado, let us begin with our first keynote speaker. A gentle reminder for you, the summit provides AI real-time translation, so please feel free to scan the QR code found on the left and right side of the room. Select your preferred language. 大会今天呢，主持主屏幕以及手机端 AI 实时翻译，大家呢可以扫描场内两侧的二维码，获取手机端的支持。Indeed, the CS Summit brings together renowned cybersecurity experts from both local and international backgrounds, as well as representatives from globally recognized companies. Over the course of 2 days, attendees can expect captivating keynote speeches and thought-provoking panel discussions. Our theme for this year is Future-Proofing Digital Infrastructure, Harnessing AI for Enhanced Security and Resilience. We'll delve into how the integration of AI and state-of-the-art cybersecurity technologies can bolster digital infrastructure against cyber threats. Without further ado, may I now invite Engineer Tony Wong, Commissioner for Digital Policy, Digital Policy Office, to speak on the topic, Forging a Resilient Digital Hong Kong. Let's give another big round of applause to welcome Tony, please.
Emil, Commissioner Ada, Francis, Raymond, Dale, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends from our information security communities, good afternoon. I should be good morning, because the speech was prepared during the original schedule of the UN, which I think all of you know, because of the typhoon, we have postponed the UN a bit. But doesn't affect any of our passion on information securities. And it's also my honor to join you at this year's Cybersecurity Summit. We convene at a critical juncture where the shadows of cyber threats loomed larger than ever, demanding unwavering vigilance, resolute actions, and unity across all sectors. With opportunity comes responsibility. The rapid evolution of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence reshapes the global landscape, presenting both immense potential and formidable challenge. Today, I have the pleasure to share with you the Hong Kong SAR government's strategic vision, our comprehensive cybersecurity framework, and our call for collaboration to ensure a secure digital ecosystem that empowers us all. My Digital Policy Office is building a digital ecosystem that is data-driven, user-centric, and governed by outcome-based policies, with a view to enhancing government efficiency and elevating service quality. Central to this vision is, of course, our Smart platform, which is a trusted digital identity platform, enables users to securely access government and commercial online service, conduct transactions, and generate legally binding digital signatures with ease and confidence. We aim to fully integrate all government e-service to Smart platform, achieving a single portal for online government service that streamlines access and enhances efficiency for individuals and businesses. I'm sure all of you have already installed this app and enjoyed the benefits of and convenience of this one-stop online government service. If not, my team is outside, can help you to do the installation and enabling, but in fact, you can just take out your mobile phone and use your Hong Kong ID card to register online with ease. Complementing this, we are developing a digital corporate identity, or Corp ID platform, to streamline government to business and business to business digital interactions. Similar to Smart, Corp ID platform enable corporates to authenticate their identities and verify digital signature securely and efficiently, simplifying access to digital government service and online business transactions. This initiative significantly elevates administrative burdens, particularly for our small and medium-sized enterprise, while accelerating the digital transformation of Hong Kong's business landscape. These efforts underscore our commitment to making digital inclusion a reality for every Hong Kong citizen and our enterprise. While advancing our digital infrastructure, the rapid rise in emerging technology brings both opportunities and challenge. To maintain Hong Kong's leadership in innovation, we must balance technical advancement and robust governance to ensure sustainable progress. Emerging technologies are a double-edged sword, offering transformative potential for our smart city development and cybersecurity, while enabling and adversely to craft sophisticated attack like deepfakes and automated malware. To harness AI benefits responsibly, the DPO has prioritized ethical governance as the foundation of our AI development. We have developed the ethical AI framework to guide our government department in embracing ethical principles into our AI and big data analytic projects. A customized version adapted for broader applicabilities is also available for organizations to adopt, promoting ethical AI use across all sectors. Building on this foundation, my office further released the Hong Kong Generative Artificial Intelligence Technical and Application Guideline in April this year. The guideline provides practical recommendations for developers, service providers, and end users. Tailored to Hong Kong's unique context, this guideline fosters responsible AI development while safeguarding cybersecurity and supporting our innovative and innovation ecosystem. By harmonizing regulations with innovation, we ensure AI serves as a force for good, driving progress and without compromising trust. This governance structure paved the way for innovative AI application in public sectors. In February this year, the Hong Kong Generative AI Research and Development Center, or the Hong Kong Guide in short, announced its first developed Hong Kong Guide V1 large language model, which is a homegrown advanced and innovation developments. To support the development of Hong Kong Guide, my office has piloted a generative AI document processing co-pilot powered by the Hong Kong Guide V1 across all 80+ bureaus and departments, streamlining our government workflows and information processing for over now is 30,000 civil servants. AI's abilities to analyze vast data sets empowers cybersecurity professionals to detect anomalies and respond swiftly. To advance these capabilities, the Hong Kong Computer Emergency Response Team Coordination Center, or the Hong Kong CERT, deployed two AI-driven initiatives. One leverages AI to proactively detect and neutralize malicious phishing URLs, enabling rapid action to shade our user from deceptive attacks. The other analyze local trends in phishing, malwares, and botnet activities, providing timely warnings and actionable defense strategies to our public. These initiatives exemplify how AI can fortify Hong Kong's cybersecurity ecosystem. Robust computing infrastructure underpins these advancements. To meet the growing local demand for computing power, the Cyberport has launched the Artificial Intelligence Supercomputing Center in December last year. With high-performance AI computing facility supporting massive data processing and advanced analytics, the AISC drives breakthroughs across healthcare, finance, manufacturing, environmental research, and beyond. To support our local institution, research development centers, and enterprise in harnessing the computer capabilities of the AISC, the government introduced a 3 billion Hong Kong dollar AI subsidy scheme. The scheme subsidized up to 70% of the computing costs for eligible users in using the AI facility at Cyberport. By lowering the financial barriers to access the computing resources, This initiative further fosters innovation and accelerates local AI-related R&D. To further drive AI innovation, this year's budget allocate 1 billion Hong Kong dollar to establish the Hong Kong AI Research and Development Institute, set to launch in next year. This institute will spearhead upstream R&D, transform research outcomes, and expand our AI application while fostering collaboration with mainland and international partners. To accelerate AI R&D and industrialization, the Hong Kong government has also introduced various funding schemes. Last year, the government launched the new Industrialization Acceleration Scheme to provide funding support for enterprise in strategic industry like AI, to establish new smart production facilities, scale up research activities, and attract non-local research talent. The government also set up a 10 billion Hong Kong dollars I&T industry-oriented fund to channel more market capital towards the emerging industries such as AI industry and systematically building Hong Kong's innovation and technology ecosystem. The transformative potential of AI and digital innovation rests on a secure foundation. The government's cybersecurity strategy pursues three core objectives. First, to create a safe and reliable digital environment that drives smart city development while preserving the flexibilities and openness of data flow, positioning Hong Kong as a vital global gateway for our nation. Second, to ensure the security and reliabilities of Hong Kong government's digital infrastructure, systems, and information. And third, to enhance public and enterprise awareness of cybersecurity, empowering them to adopt effective measures to protect their identities, privacy, and data. My office has embraced cybersecurity into our core mission, and focusing on 5 strategic pillars, which I will briefly elaborate these key initiatives under each of these strategic pillars. Hong Kong's well-established legal system ensures cyberspace is not a lawless domain. Existing laws governing real-world criminal activities also applicable in cyberspace. As our cyber threat continues to evolve, the government remains resolute in keeping pace to strengthen our abilities to respond to emerging risks. In June this year, the Legislative Council passed a new legislation on the protection of critical infrastructure computer system. This new ordinance will take effect on the 1st of January next year. The ordinance established clear cybersecurity obligations for operators of essential services in engineering, information technologies, banking and financial services, land transport, air transport, maritime, healthcare service, and communication and broadcasting, as well as other infrastructure for maintaining important societal and economic activities, such as our major sport and performance venues. This legislation safeguards essential services, ensure Hong Kong's social and societal and economic stabilities. The government has established a comprehensive and detailed information security management framework with a management committee composed of senior officials to guide cybersecurity work within the government. The Government Computer Emergency Response Team, or the GovCert.HK, is responsible for coordinating information and cybersecurity incidents within the government, providing technical advice to government departments, and coordinating security incident handling. We also regularly update security guidelines based on national and international standards and best practice, sharing with them with government departments and the public, while encouraging the innovative application of new technologies and reducing risks. Recognizing the growing complexity of cyber threats, the government continues to invest in proactive measures to safeguard its digital infrastructures. To enhance system resilience, we introduced a centralized cybersecurity health check platform that conducts regular and continuous spot check and penetration testing on all internet-facing government systems. This helps departments to proactively identify and address potential vulnerabilities. Understanding the importance of fostering a cyber-aware culture within the government, we are committed to strengthening cybersecurity training for government personnel. My office partners with the Cybersecurity and Technology Crime Bureaus of the Hong Kong Police Force, the Hong Kong CERT, and the Hong Kong Internet Registration Corporation to strengthen community defense. The CyberSec 1 initiative, launched by the Hong Kong IRC, empowers local schools, non-government organizations, and SMEs by providing free website vulnerability assessment, risk evaluations, and tailored solutions to enhance cybersecurity resilience across all dimensions. Following these assessments, participants can leverage the Cybersecurity Service Provider Connect program launched by the Hong Kong CERT to source and procure suitable cybersecurity service. By listing qualified service provider on a dedicated website, this program strengthens connection between cybersecurity experts and our local businesses, enabling SMEs to bolster their defense effectively. Other efforts include seminars, symposium, and the CyberSec Info Hub to promote best practice alongside with our school visit, competitions to foster a culture of cybersecurity awareness among our public. Cybersecurity is a global challenge that spans no regions in our interconnected world. To address this, the government actively participates in international and regional computer emergency response team and maintain close collaboration with our Computer Network Emergency Response Technical Team and Coordination Center of China, or CNCERT-CC, by engaging in joint activities such as annual incident response exercise and information security conference. We foster robust partnership for sharing cybersecurity intelligence and coordinating timely response. These efforts strengthen our emergency response mechanism, ensuring Hong Kong remains aligned with global best practice and resilient against evolving global cyber threat. The cybersecurity field faces a persistent global talent shortage. The government is committed to advancing the development of the cybersecurity industry and nurturing talent through a range of initiatives. These include supporting our Cyber Youth Program, Cyber Attack and Defense Elite Training Tournament, and the Hong Kong Cybersecurity New Generation Capture the Threat Challenge, among other competitions and professional training programs. These efforts aim to heighten our cybersecurity awareness in industry and academia, provide hands-on practical experience, and identify and cultivate talent with both theoretical knowledge and real-world experience. Additionally, we encourage enterprise, organization, and IT professionals to pursue national and international cybersecurity certificates while supporting our local university to expand cybersecurity curricula across disciplines, fostering a next generation of our cybersecurity aware workforce. In the coming few months, Hong Kong will host a number of important events, including the 15th National Games in November now, and the general election of the 8th terms of Legislative Council in December. These events rely heavily on information technology, making cybersecurity a critical pillar for their success. Besides the specific cybersecurity measure for the individual events, we are strengthening proactive measure for Hong Kong's critical digital infrastructures. These include enhancing cybersecurity monitoring, threat intelligence surveillance, and analysis capabilities to proactively address potential risks. Additionally, we conduct large-scale cybersecurity attack and defense drill under real combat environment to rigorously test and fortify our system, ensuring their resilience and reliability throughout these important events. The DPO is actively participating preparing this year's Hong Kong Cybersecurity Attack and Defense Drill. Building on last year's success, this year's drill significantly expand our scope, involving more government departments and public entities to strengthen our proactive defense. The drill will be conducted in a controlled environment with red teams simulating hackers' attacks on designated systems under an actual operation environment, while the blue team, comprising government departments and public organizations, defends against them. We also continue to engage more local and mainland cybersecurity experts as red team, as well as our technical advisor for the blue team, to facilitate cross-regional technical exchange, enhancing the cybersecurity resilience of our government and public organizations in detect, defense against, and respond to cyber threat. To echo the China Cybersecurity Week, which is an annual flagship event of our Chinese mainland, my office, in collaboration with industry partners, launched the 2025 Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign. Through a series of events, we aim to elevate cybersecurity awareness and strengthening defense across our society. Last month, I led a delegation of Hong Kong's cybersecurity professionals to Kunming, and my team also led a delegation to Zhuhai, participating in the China Cybersecurity Week's main forum and sub-forums, as well as the Macau sub-forum, fostering deeper collaboration across our Greater Bay Area. Additionally, we sent 6 teams to compete in the Greater Bay Area cybersecurity competition to promote talent exchange. We are thrilled to report that the outstanding achievement of the Hong Kong teams at the competition, the Hong Kong representative excelled in the Hong Kong and Macau group, sweeping the gold, silver, and bronze and outstanding achievement award. Locally, we host the China Cybersecurity Week in Hong Kong Sub-Forum and instant messaging apps and stickers design contest in September. And in October, we hold the Hong Kong Cybersecurity Attacks and Defense Drill. And in November, the Hong Kong CERT organized the Capture the Threat Challenge, featuring secondary school, tertiary, and open and international categories, training the participants to identifying vulnerabilities in simulated environments based on real system to break through security defense, while fostering global talent exchange. And in December, the Cybersecurity Symposium will further collaborate the industry, drive our technical exchange, and provide public and private sectors invaluable insight into the future of the cybersecurity developments. And as we stand on the cusp of a digital era defined by innovation, our success depends on a shared commitment to security. Every step towards technical advancement must be matched by robust protection. Let's join hands to develop secure AI-driven solutions and share vital intelligence. Embrace security practice to fortify our collective defense, and I appeal to your support to this shared mission, and I eagerly await your insight and collaborative effort to share a secure and prosperous digital future for Hong Kong. And last but not least, let me remind you once again an important date of Hong Kong, which I will convey it in Cantonese. 12月7號係一個香港重要嘅日子，係我哋立法會換屆嘅選舉。呢一個選舉咧，對香港嘅經濟同埋民生嘅發展咧，至為重要。我喺呢度咧，呼籲所有香港嘅市民積極投票，盡我哋嘅公民責任，選出我哋賢德兼備嘅立法會議員，共同為香港建設一個更美好嘅將來。多謝各位。
Let's give a big thank you to Tony for the inspiring keynote. I'm Alex Chen, General Manager of Digital Trust and Transformation at HKPC. Now, let's keep the momentum going. I'm delighted to invite our next speaker to the stage, Mr. Jackson Chow, Cybersecurity Director at Whistling Cybersecurity Limited. Jackson will be sharing insights on exposed by AI inside the next generation of red team operations. Get ready to dive into how offensive security team harness the AI-driven tools to uncover system weakness. Without further ado, I will pass the stage to Jackson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex. So my topic today would be exposed by AI, and I will introduce to you the next generation of red team operations. So red team is the simulation of adversary, of cyber criminal, and at Whistling's Group, we aim to protect organizations by finding vulnerabilities before the real attackers do. So a little introduction about myself first. I'm the Cybersecurity Director and Principal Cybersecurity Consultant for Whistling's Group Hong Kong. I've been working for Whistling's Group on different security assessment projects, such as penetration testing on web apps and wireless pen test, also mobile apps and IoT assessment as well. And I would delve into red teaming and social engineering assessment in this presentation as well. So here are some qualifications of myself. I work for both security management and also hands-on security testing, such as red teaming. So you can see some of my certifications include OffSec certs. They are hands-on testing with practical examinations. So I will share a little bit of the insight of practical red teaming as well. So for the agenda, I will talk about the emerging cyber threats due to the rise of AI. In the age of AI, there are a lot of new threats that are evolving, and they are enabled because of AI. So I will introduce them, and I will also explain how AI has made social engineering and post-exploitation easier and better. Then I will give you some demonstration of how AI can actually help the red team operations and also the adversary simulation. Finally, I will give some hints on the remediation, and also I will give some takeaway points in case there are audience that want to bring some valuable insight back to their organizations. So first of all, I will talk about the emerging cyber threats. So in this age of AI, here are the top security concerns and the hottest topics right now. First of all, the emerging technologies, they are often adopted faster than security can catch up. Therefore, security gaps has been exposed. For example, you may see a lot of new AI-powered apps or AI-enhanced, LLM-enhanced web applications, but are they sufficiently tested? And are the security tools advanced enough to keep up with this technology? This is one of the concerns that we have to deal with. And second of all, cyber criminals are exploiting new technology to scale their attacks with better stealth and sophistication. That means the new age of attacks makes the criminals more difficult to be found, and the attacks can be more sophisticated. the scenarios can be more complex and more different than the traditional phishing. The third point is the supply chains have been more complex, and they expand the attack surface, and they increase the dependency on third parties as well. So if there is one vulnerability in a vendor and in a solution that is used by, for example, 100 or 1,000 organizations, that means it's not a vulnerability on one company. It's a vulnerability for 1,000 companies. And also, it will be difficult for a company to track whether the patch are updated enough and whether they have been fixing all the bugs that have been found. So this caused one of the security concern. And also, there are more global regulations and compliance burden on organizations. So this is both a good thing and a bad thing. So on the good side, this puts more effort onto cybersecurity in general, and this forces organizations to look into cybersecurity to put more budget. However, the regulations and compliance burden may take away actually some of the resources from the technical effort and the technology effort to have better defenses and to have more offensive drills. So this is also one of the concerns that we have to deal with and have to make a balance. Finally, geopolitical tensions and uncertain environment increase the likelihood of large-scale and unpredictable attacks. So the conflicts and also the geopolitical instability, they might fuel state-sponsored and also politically motivated cyber activity, and they may cause some of the more sophisticated and difficult attacks to deal with. And I would like to share some more insights on the social engineering part, because it is best enhanced by generative AI. First of all, the social engineering attacks have evolved way beyond email. So you may have already received a lot of phishing SMS day to day, and also they can come from different platforms like WhatsApp, even Slack's Teams or LinkedIn DMs, or even QR codes can be used to deliver malicious payloads as well. So we should be careful on what we scan. Deepfake phishing is also one of the hottest topics in recent years, and there has been very successful fraud using deepfake AI and also AI-generated content to target employees in CEO scams. Also, the rise of generative models enhance the attackers to personalize the content to deliver to those staff. They can be used to mimic actual human behaviors and emotions. And if there is enough data about the target fed into those training models, they can be used to mimic a specific person. And that enables very sophisticated and very hard to detect methods and new tactics. So I would show you some demonstration in order to prove some of my points. So in this demonstration, I will show you mainly 3 phases that can be enhanced by AI, and that is how we perform this in the real red team operations as well. So first of all, before an attack, we will perform a reconnaissance, that is to collect information about the target and to basically have more materials to perform an attack if possible. Then we will perform a phase swapping for social engineering that is enhanced by deepfake technology. And finally, the post-exploitation analysis once the perimeter has been breached can also be enhanced by AI because of their power in data analysis. So in this example, I have a fictional target that is generated by AI called Giant National Bank. And I will be the attacker to try to break into this fake target. And because this is fictional, you don't have to worry about actual real targets being attacked, and no bankers are harmed. So in the reconnaissance phase, we will first enhance it with AI chatbot and reduce a lot of effort to collect those information. And we can perform social media lookup with intelligence platform. And then we can also look for leaked emails and passwords from compromised data sets. So for example, we can ask the AI, can you please give me the social media contact for Giant National Bank and also the key personnel? So the chatbot will give you some basic information about your target. For example, the contact information, maybe also the key personnel like the CEO or the, for example, CFO. And then we can fit those information and try to find them on the social media intelligence platform. And we might be able to find some emails, mobile phones, personal information, and even some photos. So photos or audio recordings, they are very precious because they can be used as data to train a model to perform deepfake. So this fake CEO will be our target to impersonate. So in this slide, I have recorded a speech. I will be the attacker to pretend to be the CEO, and I will be using this to phish the IT support staff. The scenario will be that I am the CEO, but I have lost access to my account. I've logged out, so I asked the IT support to help me reset my password and to give me access. But I'm not actually the CEO, I'm the attacker. So let's take a look. Hi, IT support. I forgot my password, but I need it immediately to approve a deal. Please reset it and send to me in chat. Thank you. So this is a sample that I recorded. And then this input video can be processed by generative AI tools. So I use my video as an input. I use the fake CEO as one of the input as well. And then I can actually swap my hairstyle. Look that my hair has been longer. And my face has been changed as well. So this tool is open source and also we don't have to share any data to any third party. So this process can be very stealthy and hard to trace as compared to other commercial tools that you may do a face swap in the mobile phone application or like do an AI generative picture in the mobile application. This approach is more stealthy and you are not sharing any data to anyone. And after we do the face swapping, we have the materials for phishing, and also we can ask the chatbot to generate a short business email to pretend to be this CEO in formal English. And also we ask them to arrange a call if necessary. And then within 5 seconds, I got the phishing email template. I can happily do my phishing without having to type all the emails myself. Then I will also ask the IT support to arrange a call in order to prove my identity. And then I can use the generated video.
Hi, IT support. I forgot my password, but I need it immediately to approve a deal. Please reset it and send to me in chat. Thank you.
So I have both swapped my face and also the audio, and this looks nothing like myself. So other than the face swapping deepfake, we can also use AI in post-breach analysis. That means when we have successfully gained access into the network, for example, by password compromise or by using vulnerabilities, we still have to try to escalate our access in the internal network environment. Because oftentimes when we break in, we are only a normal user or we have the access of a web app. We don't have the admin privilege yet. But with the help of several open source tools, we'll be able to analyze it. So I'll first show you how we traditionally analyze it, which requires expertise from Red Team. So we use a tool called Bloodhound, and it is a tool for Active Directory attack path analysis. It is an open source tool as well, and we can analyze Active Directory relationships in an organization after we break in. And how it works by collecting AD data about the users, groups, computers, sessions, permissions in the Active Directory, and then it stores in a Neo4j database, and then it can visualize attack paths through an interactive query. And then we can try to look for the ways to identify privilege escalation and lateral movement paths. So for example, if we want to look for administrators in the domain, we might have to write a query, match U is user, and then the username is containing admin, and then we return the user object. And then the object is returned and we can get some information, but this requires some knowledge about the tool and also this query grammar. And if we want something more difficult, for example, we want to try to get some password hash to do password cracking, we have to write some more sophisticated queries. For example, we have to look for the users with the SPN, the service principal name enabled, and then we look for those users to attack. So the query returns Bob, which is one user in the domain, and also admin in the target domain as well. And then we look for those information, and there is a service principal name enabled. And then we can try to get the password hash to crack. But this requires a lot of time and also some expertise and knowledge about the queries and the tools. So it is not very easy to do. But this is age of AI. Can we make it easier? Can we make it help us? So the answer is definitely a yes, but we'll have to introduce some concepts about the tools of AI as well. So there is a protocol called Model Context Protocol for LLMs. So it basically, if you think about the LLM as a brain, then this MCP is basically its limbs to help it connect to different tools. So it standardizes how the LLMs connect to tools and data. So there is a component called the MCP server, which is the connector, and also the MCP client. Those are the LLMs or the applications that will be exchanging JSON messages, and they can be run fully offline with local models and connectors, so we can contain all the data offline for very confidential use, and we don't have to actually share any data to third-party or LLM operators, but we can fully run them with decent computing power. And we can also enable custom integrations if we're able to develop some code for this MCP protocol. So I'll give a diagram to illustrate how AI can assist us in the post-bridge analysis. So as a user, instead of writing the query, I'll be chatting to my LLM. Tell me about the users in the target domain. Okay, then the LLM is the brain. It thinks, oh, let me translate this request into the Bloodhound MCP query. Because I have trained it how to think, it will be writing a query for me, and it will be querying the server. And the server will already translate the query into a REST API. And then this query has been generated and has been queried to the database, but I don't have to write the query myself. And then the result can be returned from the database. And then it can generate an API response back to the LLM. And the LLM, because it is the brain, it will also help me do some thinking. And it will analyze the response and give a response to me. The domain von.local, which is the fake domain that I created, they have 3 users, Alice, Bob, and admin. Would you like further analysis on the attack paths? So that is how AI can help the process by making it easier for the red team operator in a more chat way, rather than writing the technical queries. So I can play this out in a more visualized way. So I asked the chatbot, what is the available domain in the Bloodhound instance? And then it will start thinking, oh, the user is asking me about the available domains in the Bloodhound instance. Because the users has already trained me on the queries, I will try to ask the database with the match D domain, return D. And it will use a tool that I have defined to it to run the cipher query to the database. Then after the thinking, it will query the database. And when it queries the database, there is a result returned. But I don't have to read the result yet. This is all still done by the LLM in the backend. And it will actually start to think, okay, I have the results now. So after running this tool run cipher query with the query called match D domain return D, there is one domain returned, which is von.local. And the relevant information is that there is no child domain. It is a tier 0 domain. Then it will start preparing the response in a human readable way to the user. And finally, it will give me the result. The available domain in the Bloodhound in the database is von.local. It is listed as a domain in the database node. And also the properties will say that there is no child domain. And it will also suggest something else I can do. For example, what are the users in the domain? What does some of the terminology means? Then I can follow up, return all the users in the Bloodhound. It will start thinking again. So the user is asking about the users because they have already run the previous query to get the domain called von.local. It will follow up with that domain and follow it up with another query, which is to match the user and then return the user from the database. And then it will remember the last query and then send a new query. And then there is some data returned by the database because the MCP tool has enabled it to communicate with the database. There are 3 users, and then it will try to interpret the response. So, okay, let me process this. The user has asked to return all users in the Bloodhound, and previously they have already known the domain name to be von.local, so the users will be Alice at von.local, Bob at von.local, and admin at von.local. And I will return a list of users to the people that is asking in a more human readable way. So it will help me make a more succinct presentation, and it will tell me that there are 3 users. And then we can also follow it up with, can you generate this results in the table and make a brief summary of the findings. And then I can actually get a pretty nice table. For example, Alice, she's a user in the von.local domain, and she's also a help desk member. So we can use this information to try to determine whether she's a good target to escalate our access or not. And then we have also Bob, who is a user. And then we have admin at von.local. He's a domain admin. So he would be a high value target that we try to escalate our access on. And then it can also generate a summary of the relationships. And as red team operators, we can already take some notes and try to plan out our next attacks and try to look for the internal vulnerabilities to target these groups of people, and especially the domain admin that is returned by this query. And this is how AI can make the analysis easier by making it a conversation rather than a full technical query. Okay, so after that demonstration, I will also show some use of AI in cyber defenses and solutions. So for application of AI in cyber defenses, it is most often used as phishing prevention and also flag out the phishing emails. So as you know, phishing is still one of the biggest cybersecurity threats that is facing businesses across all industries. And by use of AI, because it is very good with language processing, it can analyze the content and also the context of the email to find out whether they are spam emails or they are legit emails. So they can flag it rather than just relying on certain whitelisting or blacklisting. And it can be very useful to identify certain techniques that are traditional used by attackers, like email spoofing, pretending to be someone else, and then forged senders. I can put a arbitrary sender name in my email, but it can analyze whether it is a legitimate email sender or not, and also a misspelled domain names. For example, there are certain techniques called typo squatting, like if there is a letter M, you can type it as RN to pretend to be the letter N. So it opens up some opportunities to pretend to be some big companies, but AI could be very good to detect this. And the machine learning algorithms also enable it to learn and make analysis, and also it will allow them to learn new techniques from one place and then to synchronize it and to apply that techniques to everyone that is using that solution. So that would be very helpful to identify certain threat actors and then to invalidate them across the globe. And this is very crucial to prevent advanced threats like CEO phishing that I have just shown you, because they are high value targets. There will be a lot of attacks directing to them. And by using this AI to detect those emails and to understand those contexts, you can try to prevent and to reduce the opportunity of getting those phishing. And also awareness training is still essential, and adversary simulation is still very important. Why it matters is because it is impossible for one tool or even different layers of tools, even the defense in depth cannot be helping you eliminate all threats. So after all, we still need the human firewall to be the last line of defense, and human error is still the leading cause of data breaches. Therefore, the simulations of adversaries and training, they are still the most important aspect to train those staff and to help them strengthen the last line of defense. And there are a few components that are very useful. The first one is red teaming. So that is a simulated adversary tactics to try to expose the real gaps in the people, process, and technology by having red team operators pretend to be a real attacker and try to see what attacks will succeed. And also phishing simulations can be used to test every staff, not just IT, not just security, but everyone in the organization. We can try to see how many people will fall to some phishing emails. And finally, continuous exercise is very important. So even if you are not vulnerable this year, you have done a very good job in pen test and red teaming this year, it doesn't mean that next year you will be not vulnerable to new threats. So it is very important to do it continuously and regularly. So here is another example about QR code phishing. So in this scenario, we are pretending, so our client would be an IoT company. So the attacker will try to pretend to be an internal staff and ask the staff to try to scan a QR code and to go to a login page. By signing in, they will be able to get some products with discount, and then it is a limited amount, and also there is a deadline that is close to the email delivery date. So it pushes them to try to authenticate and try to book it earlier so they can get the discount. But however, that is actually an attacker's phishing email. So if the staff really scans the QR code with their mobile device, they will be directed to this fake login page, and they will be sending their password and usernames to the attacker. So why do it in a QR code? Why not in a traditional link? There are a few advantages to do it in a QR code. Because when you scan a QR code with a mobile device, you will actually you will actually use it in a mobile browser, and this is very difficult to identify the phishing pattern. And finally, why the red teaming is necessary? It is because it will enable the organizations to identify new vulnerabilities. They can test for flaws in system, processes, and AI models due to new adaptation of technology. And they can also validate AI-powered defenses. They can simulate the AI-enhanced social engineering like I showed before, and it will promote continuous improvement by doing this every year. So I will just quickly show some of the red teaming framework. For example, in Hong Kong, we use ICAST. There are a few phrases. The first one would be reconnaissance. We try to do the lookup. We try to look at the, for example, the information about CEO and also the internet access that are exposed. Then we can perform spear phishing to the high value users. We can do the CEO phishing. We can pretend it. We can do deepfake. That will be the attempt to try to get in. And then we will do the external exploitation. We try to look for the external, for example, public-facing applications and also the apps. And with the objective would be to break into internal network. And once we are in the internal network, we'll be able to analyze it with the AI-enhanced tools to try to look for ways to escalate our access. So finally, I would like to show you a few hints. So security awareness is still vital in the age of AI. We cannot rely only on the tools. We also need to train our people. We also need to update our technology. And we need to test them thoroughly before roll out and audit regularly. We cannot just do like one test in a few years. That would not be enough. You need to test every new apps before roll out, and you need to audit regularly. And finally, security is a collaborative effort. You cannot just rely on a single security team or solution, and you have to update everyone in the organization to protect us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jackson, for those eye-opening insights. It looked very scary, right? And thank you for everyone for your attention. We will now take a short break, and please help yourself with the coffee and tea in the foyer and in front of the room S425. Don't forget to check out the booth in the demo counters in the corridors. After the break, we will reconvene here at 11:15. See you later. Thanks.